Great White Trillium, Trillium grandiflora, is one of the larger trilliums. And yes, most of them are white, but many of them, when they start off, have a pink hue. And here, because I'm in Linden, Virginia, at the Thompson Wildlife Management Area, Virginia Native Plant Society registry site, because of its incredible amount of blooms, different kinds of plants. There's so many millions of trillium. In fact, it's kind of hard to appreciate it. I'll pan out a little bit, but you really can't do it justice unless you're actually here and see just how many there are. But along mixed with lots of other flowers. But the bottom line is, because there are so many of them, millions, then what ends up happening is you have lots of mutations. You get some ones that are always pink, some that just come out white, other ones that have different other hues, darker and lighter, and on top of everything else, you even got some double flowered ones here. Trilliums, because everything's in threes. You know, it's three leaves, it's three petals, three sepals, and everything's in threes. Thus trillium. These are edible plants, but if you eat them, of course, you kill the plant. They're never very common. It takes years for them to bloom, up to 8 years, and so most of the time, which you aren't noticing are the ones that are just building up energy just one day bloom. So you're not seeing all of the trilliums, even when you look around and see this. You're only seeing the oldest, most mature ones, which are in bloom. And it just tells you just the sheer numbers that are here. But Great White Trillium, part of the reason that we have many of spring wildflowers are because of the ants. This is a myrmecoccus plant, meaning that the ants spread the seeds. Ants are the main seed dispersers for this. They grow a special little growth on their seed called an elaiosome, and it's full of proteins and lipids, and it's very attractive to ants. And the ants take it, eat the elaiosome, and discard the seed, which is inedible to them, in their trash bins. Now, their refuge areas are rich and underground, so they've carried the plant off to spread it, put it in a safe place, and then writes nice, rich new soil. So you can thank the ants for many of our spring wildflower displays, including for the trillium. This is nice, rich dirt, and again, it's not every ant that does this, by the way. But again, this is nice and rich. These are a favorite of deer, but luckily, because again, we're in a wildlife management area, we don't have an overpopulation of deer here. This place is bought and paid for with hunting dollars, and so we do not have an overabundance, which would be bad for the actual trilliums themselves. And so we get to enjoy the trilliums here, but only for a fleeting time. And then this is a spring ephemeral, so the plant dies back, and then you have to wait till the next year. It'll only be in bloom for a very short period of time, a week or so for individual plants. And not only that, but the leaves, everything senesce or die back once there's no sunlight coming through the trees. So you got to get out here and watch them. Usually the first week of May is when they peak, a little bit before, a little bit after, depending on the season. But again, get out there and enjoy these wildflowers while you can, because they certainly are fleeting, but absolutely gorgeous, beautiful flowers. Great White Trilliums here at the Thompson Wildlife Management Area in Linden, Virginia. Enjoying a nice hike and stopping to check out the beautiful wildflowers.